How's it going, everybody? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're doing another episode. We're gonna. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. How did we do it before? Just yap and then.
Hey guys, welcome back to yet another podcast where
Okay,
we
yeah,
yap
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast. Okay, you seem a bit more energetic. Welcome back to yet another podcast. Today we're gonna be yapping about high school and.
Yeah, we are going to be looking back at our high school years and just reflecting because high
Yeah.
school it's a
Yeah.
universal experience. I think everyone can agree that you have an embarrassing high school experience, and we're going to tell you a little bit about ours.
Yeah. Did you enjoy high school?
No, no,
What
not
was-
at all.
What was it?
I think high school is just like, okay, you're not actually there to like learn. Like class was
No.
one thing. Everyone's
No.
like, "Oh, I hate class." You know what I hate? I hate the mind games that gets played in your social circles. Like it's not actually about going to class and going home. It's actually just about like, so Stacy told me that you were talking shit about me. Like it just leads into so much like cringe shit. What about you? Did you enjoy high school?
It was I mean different. Like there was no. Okay, when I say that, like there's obviously parts that I enjoyed, but then like I'm sure like I was like a moody little fucking teenager in high school. Like
Right.
but I don't know. I look back at it and like it's not like I was like I had the worst time.
You think fondly of your time?
Sorry?
You think fondly of it?
Not yeah. I don't
Do you
know.
know why?
Why?
Because you were a teacher's pet.
Yeah, I was a teacher's pet. I was
You were a
a
teacher's
I
pet.
was
Meanwhile,
such
the teachers hated me.
the teachers loved me, and like I don't know, like this is okay. Let me explain like my typical high school day.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had the same like probably 2 or 3 teachers for all my classes from grade 11 to grade 12.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd go to my classes, have a
Yeah.
nice coffee,
Yeah.
live in
Have a
life.
nice
Yeah, and then go out for lunch.
Yeah.
If I didn't go out for lunch, I'd just go home for lunch and sleep, and then skip my other 2 classes for the day. Or I would go to my classes, and then kind of some of our mutual friends that we still have, we would all kind of meet up, and then we'd walk to my house, and then we'd hang out after.
Damn. Let me tell you about my high school.
That was like my day to
experience.
day.
I just wasn't going.
Yeah, that's true. You weren't.
Well, okay. Let me take you through it. So, grade 9 and 10, I was such a sweet, good little boy with light in my eyes and hope, everywhere. But then what happened is somebody was like, "Ooh, see this 17-year-old right here? He'd make a really good manager at a fast food restaurant."
Oh, I
And
forgot about that.
after
Was a
that-
part of you for high school?
Yeah, it was fucking
Yeah.
grade 11. So,
Yeah, you
and
were
then
working.
because I'm like 16 or 17, sorry, and I'm
Yeah.
just stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pay bear coins to go into work. Am I getting paid bear coins to do a math test? No, bruh. So I just stopped going.
Yeah,
But-
I remember that now because like I was fortunate enough in high school where like I didn't have to work. Sorry to be that person. Maybe that's why my high school experience was
So
very.
what Alex really just said, I'm rich and you're all poor and don't deserve anything. Actually, his dad owns Microsoft and you're getting banned on Xbox tonight. That's what I heard.
Well, you gotta expose me like that. Like actually, like it wasn't that deep, but yeah.
Yeah. No, but I really think high school is just an experience. Like, love it or hate it, it's just cringe to look back at.
Yeah.
Like,
because
it's
there's
embarrassing.
a lot of stuff that like I did
Yeah.
that like I'm like, why? Like or like like why did I care so much? Like yeah, I don't know. Like
Well, I'll give you some examples for me. I feel like high school was really like a journey about self-expression and like finding who I was. And I feel like to do that, it was a lot of just like weird growing pains, and a lot of just like weird things that I did. So I think number one is I dyed my hair blonde.
yeah,
That was pretty tough. But let me
Yeah,
tell you something.
yeah.
I'm gonna teach you a life lesson from me dyeing my hair blonde. So let me tell you a story. When I was grade 10, I was like, oh, I need to be different. I need to kill this version of myself that exists because I listened to a lot of 21 Pilots, and that's, they're like, oh my God, what's the line? They're like, fight it, take the pain, ignite it, tie a noose around your mind, loose enough to breathe fine and tie it.
Oh my
So
God,
it's
you
about,
listened
like-
to that in high school?
Yeah, so it was about like
That's-
killing your psyche and stuff like that. And I saw that and I was like, ooh, like that is me. So, and you know what else I did? Have you watched Tokyo Ghoul, the anime?
no.
Okay, so in Tokyo Ghoul, the anime, long story short, this guy gets tortured and then he like comes out of being tortured with like blonde hair and he's like a badass now.
So that's what you.
So I was like,
you
I
went-
dyed my hair blonde or maybe it was Y.A.P. Anyways, I dyed my hair blonde, and I'm like, I'm a whole new person. And everybody around me was hyping me the fuck up. They were like, "Ooh, like that looks so good. Like,
Yeah.
oh, damn,
And
damn, damn." And I kept it for a year.
looking back at it now, would you do it again?
Fuck no. I mean, maybe I would dye my hair, but actually do it well. Like I'm just talking my mom in the bathroom, just putting bleach blonde dye in my hair, and it's
Yeah.
like the sides are still black, and it's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
my roots are showing. It didn't
So
look
like,
great.
say for example, if you had like, baby Isaiah in front of you, like high school Isaiah, what would you say to him right now
I would say,
about dyeing your hair blonde?
I would say, listen, get a razor and shave your fucking head. Shave your head like a man, like a fucking man. Don't do that. Like it's just stupid. And then I shave it off, and everyone's like, "Oh, thank God you shaved. It looked terrible."
Really?
Yes.
Fuck,
Yes. They're
dude.
like, "Oh, you look so much better with brown hair."
Fucking psychological warfare.
And that's why I don't fuck with high school.
That's fucking psychological warfare.
Do you have anything like that? Your life lesson?
No, not really, man. Like I feel like high school for me, like I don't. I tried to avoid a lot of drama in high school. I feel like it kind of like scuffed me a little. Like I think everyone gets a bit of drama, but like for the most part, I was pretty. I feel like pretty avoidant of the drama. Like it was like I like literally when I tell you my day, like my day of going to class, getting lunch, maybe going to my second classes, and then hanging out with people after.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's easy to be unproblematic when you mind your own business. Me personally, I don't mind my own
Yeah.
business.
I also like I wasn't like really one to like be going out to like parties and stuff like that. Like it wasn't like
Yeah, me neither.
anything like that. Like it was just
Yeah. I just feel like there was like always just like drama about like other people. Like you would talk about, I don't know, like people would always just be talking shit about each other, which is like natural in life. But then like people would always tell other people, and then it would get back to them. And there was multiple times I was like confronted in the hallway just because I like to gossip.
Really?
And what's wrong with gossiping, guys?
No.
So what? I talk shit. Like you walked in wearing pants 2 sizes too small for you.
I was the guy that wore the like the Adidas soccer pants. Like
what?
all, like
yeah, you still wear them?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, in fact, he's wearing them right now.
Yeah. I had to throw it back. Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, anyways, so tell me a little bit about your time in like doing your schoolwork, because apparently that's all you did in high school. Like, how'd you find schoolwork?
I actually I had this talk the other day with a friend. I don't remember any like actual like work because like what I did for high school, which like looking back at it really wasn't that special. I did a schism, which is I think it stands for like specialist high school
Major or
something like that. But it was
Yeah.
social justice. So all my classes were like yeah. And
So
I was-
Alex is certified woke.
yeah, and I was like, it was like me and this one. There's 4 of us. No, 5 of us. There's 5 of us, and so we all had the same classes. And I'm not gonna lie, we had all the same teachers. It didn't really even feel like we were doing work a lot of the time. Like
Wow.
I couldn't tell you homework.
It was just so fun.
It was so fun and easy.
Personally, what I remember is I would skip class, and there's this like I don't know if it's law or what, but the policy was
law.
no, I'm saying I don't know if this was the law of going to school.
Oh.
So the policy I think was that you could stay in a class as long as you went every like 1 of 15 days.
That's
like
all
1 day in 15
See,
days.
I had no idea.
I mean, your grades aren't going to be great, but
Yeah.
so I would just show up like once every like 2 or 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, and then I would so this is what ended up happening. So my last period was math, and our math teacher, there was like 1 or 2 tests I had to write. And there was this one day where like I think he saw that I like was marked present for my morning class, and I see him like walking around the school like looking like left and looking right.
No.
And then I like I don't know. I was getting sussed out. I was like, is he looking for me? So then I went into the bathroom, and I'm just like chilling in there. I think I'm vaping.
Oh
and then I come out, and it just happens to be as he's like right outside of the door, and he's like, "Good morning, Isaiah." Yeah, I wrote the math test that day. I wrote the math test that day. I didn't do well.
See, I feel like
I didn't do well.
like anytime I interact with teachers in high school, it's always like we always like chatted. Like it was like I was such a fucking teacher's pet.
Yeah. You're lapping up.
Okay, but like I say all this, like I had like this like fucking flower fields high school experience, but like there was a couple of times where like there were some embarrassing stories, like
like what? What did you do to embarrass yourself?
Okay, it's a lot to unpack.
Okay, unpack it.
Okay. So it was grade 9, I think, and this is when you're still required to take French.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so
Wait.
we took a French field trip, and we went to like this crepe restaurant. I actually don't know where it was, but it was like a
Okay.
restaurant that we literally went to, like this small town, probably like 200 people lived there tops,
Okay.
but there was a crepe restaurant.
Okay.
So the entire trip was just us getting crepes. And it's a small restaurant. So picture like a small restaurant, you serve. So picture you as a waiter. There's probably 10 tables in this restaurant, maybe even less, all filled with grade nines. And
I think that's actually my hellscape. On a brief side topic, if I go to hell, that is what I see. That is my hell. That isn't.
I look
It
back
is a
at it.
loop of that.
I look back at it now, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I get it. And so what happened was like just by I got in trouble by association. Let me just make that clear. If it didn't tell you about the type of person, like all the stories before of like who I was in high school, I wasn't one to get in trouble. So this was a big deal for Alex. This was a big deal for Alex. The people that I was sitting with, they were just being little shits, like grade 9 little shits, like like just doing anything that you could do in a restaurant just piss people off, like slamming on the table, being loud, like opening all the fucking salt packets and flinging it around, and
And you
like
were doing this too?
no,
Oh,
I was just there.
Oh,
I was just there. And so the restaurant went to our teachers and said like they need to leave. So then we got shunned for the rest of the trip. There's more. We got shunned for the rest of the trip. So basically, we got taken outside and we got scolded for like half an hour by the teacher. And then we just had to sit on the bench for the rest of the trip while everyone else got to like go around the town. They're going to the candy shops. Like they just got to, and we just sat there, silence.
And you should have went up to the teacher and been like, I didn't have anything to do with this.
No, so I did. And then I like, it also, it was like, I was like, can I go to the person in the restaurant? Can I go apologize? Like, I felt terrible. I ended up getting a crepe and everything, but I still wanted shit.
Okay.
We get back to the school, and it was like one of those things where like the principal was waiting for us before we even got off the bus.
Okay.
And so we got it. There's again 8 of us, and like we just got lectured, like, oh, you're such an embarrassment, like all the shit. And then so I think the ones that were actually doing it got suspended. I got a different punishment. I'll tell you the different punishment once I finish up the story.
Okay.
And then so like I go home and stuff like that, and I'm like, I'm fucked. Like my parents are gonna kill me. But I did one of the things where I came home, my dad was like working from home, and I was just like sobbing, being like, I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
Like I got in trouble. I'm a failure. All this stuff. And my dad was like, you're literally fine. Like relax.
Did they call?
What?
Did they call?
They ended up calling.
Oh, okay.
Guess what my punishment was?
What?
For a week, and this is, I don't think you were there for this principal. This principal left by the time you got here. Okay. This is how we spent our lunch breaks for the last week. He would give us a garbage bag on lunch when everyone else is on lunch and say, go pick up trash. So when everyone's having lunch and shit, you're walking around high school. He made you do
community service.
Yeah, in front of everyone in high school.
Did you get roasted for it?
Of course I did. Well, like it's hard because like again like some of my friends were also doing it because like it was like basically like how we ended up in that situation is like we were the last ones in the restaurant, and like there were like tables of like 8, and so there was 2 chairs, 1 chair, so we all kind of got split up and divided. So it was like me and this one guy that kind of got like the back end, where like the rest of my friend group, they dodged it.
They're safe.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that vividly.
I feel like though that's not even that embarrassing.
I thought it was pretty fucking embarrassing.
Like
going
maybe
around
that's your embarrassing moment because you're a goody two shoes.
It felt awful though. Like grade 9, like
okay,
I was a little
guess
baby.
So.
I guess so. I was a baby,
and I could see how you would panic about it.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I'm terrible. Like I felt terrible.
No, I think I was just mostly panicking about like just other fucking people. Like when I tell you they lived in my head rent free.
Yeah.
If I could go back and change anything, it would just be how I interact with other people, because it's like it's just embarrassing. I don't know. I feel like I just let all these bitches just like in my head. Like if somebody was talking shit, I'm like, okay, we need to go have a rap battle. Yeah, we need to have a rap battle.
You were not.
Did I tell you didn't know that?
No.
You didn't know about the rap battles?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay. So we would do rap battles. And the
No.
rap battles, they were pretty fucking cringe. And honestly, it's like I would never start by challenging somebody to a rap battle because I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. But then sometimes people would challenge me to a rap battle. So what I had to do is I had to look up epic rap battles of history
Oh no.
and like go like I would
No,
cross
no.
reference like 5 videos
No,
and then
no,
write a
no,
rap with
no.
that. And you would see me on my little fucking iPhone 6 or whatever it was out at the time. You smell like poop. I don't know.
Wait, so
you got the Gucci dupe.
you weren't doing it like face to face. You were
No, we were
recording
face
them.
to face.
Oh, I thought you were recording them and sending them to
Oh
each
no,
other.
that's probably like some new Gen Z stuff. But no, we would like meet up and we would have our phones. They weren't crazy like that.
So how many
This was-
how many rap battles have you been in?
Have I been in? Oh, not that many. Again, this wasn't my preferred method.
What was your
Um,
preferred method?
Avoidance. No, it was bad. It was bad. You've never done a rap battle? That surprises me.
What do you mean? Do I look like
Can you
someone that
give us a
would?
freestyle right now?
No, I cannot. Do I look like someone that could rap?
I mean, look at the two of us. I mean, if anybody's gonna rap, you're gonna rap.
What? No, no.
No, he's kind of dressed like a rapper. For those watching the video, he's dressed like a rapper.
I have a deer shirt on.
Okay. Rappers love deer.
Okay.
I think the other thing that I'm thinking about is like group work. I think that's a pretty relatable thing as well.
See, I like again. I also didn't have a bad experience with group work because like I always had like a couple friends in the class, so I'd always like we would always be doing the same group work. Like like it was never a problem. There was never an issue.
So
we
man's
would-
just rich, popular.
I wasn't
friendly to
popular. No, no,
everyone.
no.
He's just.
I wasn't.
better.
I wasn't popular. No, let's not get it twisted here. But again, like I was in the schism. It was the same 5 of us.
That's fair.
So we were all just kind of like,
That's
okay,
fair.
like
That's fair.
it was. Yeah, I don't know.
So, how do you feel like our differences in our high school life affect the people we are today?
I don't know because I look back like I think if I look back at like I guess like high school, it's like weird because like I would say the trait that carried over for me the most is like I don't really care who you are. Like I'm gonna talk to you and like be nice and be friendly. Like I think that carried over with me, but like everything else, like I feel like it's high school. Like nobody cares. Like you just kind of move on from it.
True.
Like it's like you look back and you laugh.
You live, you laugh, and you love.
Yeah, like I don't know. What about you? It seems like you're.
I mean,
it seems like you're cooking up in your brain.
I just have a little something where like I just think high school just sucks. It's just
Yeah,
like
but do-
daycare for like teenagers. Like I don't know, it's so fucking stupid. I mean, I think the other thing is just there's a lot of like regret that stem just from how I interacted with people. Because
like in terms of how you presented yourself.
yeah, because I think I was a lot more shy than I am now too.
Everyone was though, but you don't
Yeah.
know that when you're in high school though.
I don't know. I just feel like now, if I went back to high school today, I would be playing mind games.
I guess okay. So I guess that opens up the question: would you ever like? Would you want to do it again? Because
Yes.
I wouldn't.
Okay, but
Wait.
it depends. Do I get the same knowledge I have now? Are we talking like same brain today?
Yeah,
going
your
to high
brain,
school?
your brain now
Yeah, I'll do
transfers.
Bring me back. Bring me back.
It seems like you have a vengeance like list.
No,
like...
bring me back. Okay, because let me tell you exactly everything I'm doing differently. Firstly, we're gonna be super skinny. Firstly, we're gonna be super skinny, like bone thin. Like I'm gonna have people talking about how skinny I am.
Like, oh my god, like he has an eating problem.
No, I just mean like I'm gonna turn to the side and I'm gonna vanish. That's all.
What's that? What's that character's
Anyways.
name? Flat Stanley.
Yes, I'm gonna be like Flat Stanley. The other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play so many more mind games. Like I feel like I would treat it like a reality TV show now.
See, people like you I avoided in high school.
Okay, but I'm saying like I didn't do that, but now I would
now
do
you
this.
would okay.
Because I just feel like you have to feed into it. And it's not about being popular, because honestly, where are the popular kids at?
I don't know. They're probably just living their best life.
The popular kids, they're asking the nerds for jobs. They're connecting with the nerds on LinkedIn for fucking coffee chats. Like that's where the popular kids are doing right now. What are the popular kids doing? They're on OnlyFans. What are the popular kids doing? They're working at Walmart. So
That's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy.
well, I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm probably sounding so bitter right now.
But yeah, I
but
don't
like
know.
popularity doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So you would go back though? You would run it
Oh,
back?
sorry. Yeah, I
You
would
would
run it
run it
back. I would
back?
run it back for fun.
Okay.
I just feel like it'd be a fun. Okay, maybe not a whole 4 years.
Okay. Let me
Maybe
change.
like 1 year.
Let me change up the question then. What if it was like high school, like in this generation?
No, I wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't survive because even like, okay, obviously service industry. Like I still work with some teenagers, and just listening to them talk, I'm like, I feel like I'm losing brain cells.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's mean, but like,
No, but like it's valid though.
it's I just feel like not to sound too like woke, but
Mm-hmm.
there's two Gen Zs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's the Gen Z that are like neighbors to millennials. Obviously, we have our differences, but like
You know,
we're Zoomers.
yeah.
We're
We
Zoomers.
understand it.
But now it's like talking to people that are like 2008, 2011. I'm sure that's how millennials feel about us, but I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
It feels different.
Yeah.
And it's only a couple years, but those couple years must have done something. I blame COVID.
Yeah, of course.
It all comes
I
back
wouldn't
to
be able
COVID.
to do COVID during it, like during high
They
school.
didn't do anything.
No, you didn't.
They didn't do
I'd be
anything.
playing CS:GO the entire time. So that's what I did during high school.
Yeah.
So
all you did.
I'd be playing CS:GO.
Did you play it from your private jet?
No, I had a fucking Alienware like laptop. Like
Did you actually?
Yeah, I did. I still have it.
You had an alien ship?
Yeah. I can show you after. I'll show you after.
Okay, guys, he's gonna take me on a spaceship. It was actually purchased by Bill Gates.
It's gigantic. It's gigantic. I have a question for you because
Okay.
I think this is a fun game. You kind of said like what type of music like you listen to, like 21 Pilots. Was there any other ones? Like name another two. So you have a top
Taylor
three.
Swift.
Really?
Yes, I went to a
Wow.
Taylor Swift concert in like grade 6, and I just feel like that continued with me all throughout high school.
Wow.
And nothing wrong with the Swifties now. I feel like I've just fallen out of my Swiftie phase, but I respect the grind.
Bro, you're
because
gonna bring so much fucking hate to this podcast.
Why?
No, I'm just joking.
No, I'm not saying anything disrespectful about
the
Miss Swift.
Swifties scare me, man.
I'm not saying anything disrespectful
Scare
about Miss
me.
Swift. I was a Swiftie for so long.
Scare me.
It's not my current type of music,
Yeah.
but I still listen to some of her songs rarely.
Yeah. I don't know. The Swifties scare. I like, to be fair, if we were having this conversation about a year ago, I'd kind of be a bit different about this. Like, I'd be even more scared about the Swifties. But like, I've met a couple Swifties where they're like,
Did they slash your tires?
No, they're actually very chill, very nice people. So like, you know, give me a different perspective.
No, it's fine. And I think other than that, oh, you know what? Okay, it depends. Grade 9 and 10, blonde hair Isaiah. Let's call him Hi Isaiah. He my evil twin, but he listened to like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
There was actually one time. Okay, I did this for a whole week, and there's not many pictures of this unless other people took it to bully me. But I straightened my hair. It was blonde, and I got a hair straightener, and I just burnt the fuck out of it.
Oh no!
I burnt the fuck out of it.
Oh no!
So if anybody watching this has evidence, please send it forth to the council. Please send it forth.
Yeah, please send it to me.
I only have one photo of it, and I'm just like, how did people let me get away with this? Like that's why honestly we should bring back bullying. Had I been bullied a little bit about that, I would have stopped it way sooner.
So I guess speaking of bullying, I'll give you an opportunity. If you were to look, if you knowing me in high school, what would you think that the music I listened to was?
Oh,
free artists.
At you in high school, I'm
artists.
thinking you're listening to a lot of like alternative music.
No, not even.
No. Oh, I think I know the answer. I think it's like rap.
Yeah,
so like you're probably listening to Drake. You're probably listening to J. Cole.
So this is like grade 9. I listened to like fucking hardcore like EDM, like.
Oh, that makes sense too.
Yeah, like EDM, and then and then it went into like rap, where it was like Lil Uzi, Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
Who was the other fucker?
I think the vibe you give off though is like nightcore.
Nightcore? What's?
You don't know what nightcore is?
No.
How do you not know?
Educate me.
Okay, so nightcore is like the anime music that's like really fast. I don't even know how to replicate it.
I didn't watch anime.
I don't even know how to replicate it. Okay. Like, we're gonna look at we'll save that story for another day. But nightcore is your vibe. Anybody who's watching that knows what nightcore is, tell me that's not his vibe.
No, it was a lot of EDM and then like a lot of like
Skrillex, or is he too like mainstream?
No, I listened to Skrillex and like it was like Skrillex and Oh, I can't remember any of the other ones. I
Mhm.
did listen to Skrillex though.
How do you feel like your fashion was?
Oh, it was like I was like the most fucking white guy there ever was. Like it was like those fucking khakis and a hoodie, or it was like
Mm,
the soccer tracksuit,
mm.
or like jeans and like it was simple shit, man.
It
There,
was simple.
like I can't remember if like grade 8. I remember I had like the Bieber flow and I had the
Oh,
beanie
I
and stuff.
remember.
I just can't remember if I went into high school with that.
I think actually I don't remember. I
You
don't
weren't
remember.
there. I don't remember either. I'm sure there's people that do remember.
Yeah.
Like I
Call them up.
oh,
Call them up.
I'll call them up after. I'll call them up after. They know who they are.
Um,
Um,
I think for my fashion, it was just like I was just trying to do too much. Okay, first off, there's a couple things that I'm so glad died.
what?
Joggers, like
I
jogger pants.
I wore a lot of jogger pants.
Well, okay,
I wore a
jogger pants.
lot.
Jogger pants are fine if you have chicken legs, but I have tree trunks. So like wearing joggers, it looks like I'm choking my fucking calves, and it's so embarrassing to look back at it because it's like, and they have patterns on them. I had this one with like snowflakes on, and I'm pretty much wearing fucking leggings, and it's so embarrassing when I think back at it. And I also did a lot of
That's
like
fucked.
color blocking.
What do
I
you
did a lot of
mean?
so like for example, my theme of the day would be like black and red. So I'd have like a black and red beanie, red pants, black and red shoes, black and red
That's
um
crazy.
like a black and red sweater on.
So you like planned your outfits and stuff?
Obviously.
Can I tell you like my morning routine? So
Yeah.
because I was in this house that I am now, so I'm like
hmm
literally a 5-minute walk. I would wake up probably 20 minutes before school, shower, literally top fin on my like drawer or whatever,
hmm
grab them, walk out the door.
I would take out all my outfits the night before.
Oh, wow.
I have
Wow.
this thing. I try to be like Mariah Carey. Do you know about
We're gonna
Mariah Carey?
expand on that. Yeah.
Okay,
We're gonna
so
expand on
Mariah
that.
Carey,
Yeah. We're gonna
she
need
doesn't
to-
wear the same outfit twice. So, and I do wear the same outfit twice. I just don't let people see it. So, this is gonna sound crazy. So,
Oh my
okay, we're gonna
God.
fast forward to college for a sec. In college, I would meticulously plan my outfits so that each of my classes would never see me wear the same outfit twice. I think I'm sick in the head. But in high school, obviously, like I don't have a job, so it's like I can't facilitate that. But I would definitely switch it up. Like I would just have a color, and I'd have like red, black, white, maybe like blue, and I would just say like these are the colors I'm gonna wear, and I'm just gonna throw on as much of it as I have.
That's crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I think the other thing too is just like I would just wear tight ass clothes all the time.
I'm sure I did as well.
Yeah, but
No,
again, it's like
I was baggy. I was pretty baggy.
yeah, but you know, Snap and Crackle are coming out to say hi to you. Just inappropriate conduct in the school environment, really.
Yeah. So I have another question for you,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
where if you grade 12 Isaiah,
Mhm.
do you think where do you pick where did grade 12 Isaiah picture you would be right now?
Working at the fast food restaurant
Really?
in grade 12 when I was
Yeah.
a manager there full time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. I actually thought that I was gonna like work there for like 40 years.
Yeah. So do you think like grade 12 Isaiah would be proud of where you are right now?
I sure
Can I
hope
answer?
so.
I would say I would answer that.
I
yes.
sure hope
I would
so.
answer that
Because
yes. Give yourself
money
some credit.
big, no, money's not big. Money small,
She's
ego
getting
small.
there. She's getting there.
Yeah, actually, I haven't been paid in the past like 3 weeks.
Mm.
It's been tough. But anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about time before pay, as in school. Can we talk about prom?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, I have a story about prom, but you go first.
Oh my prom wasn't that exciting to be truthful. Like I wasn't like a big like party guy, so like it was just
Mhm.
kind of like I don't know. It just kind of happened. Like if I were to reflect, like I could have gone without going to prom.
You know what?
If that makes sense. Like it was just kind of like it just kind of happened. You know what? Cool. That was it. Like I don't really have a big this big story to tell
But
about
I
my
feel like
prom.
that there's value in what you're saying, because everyone says certain things about like school, about like high school regrets, and everyone always says you're gonna regret missing prom.
No, you
No,
can
the
skip.
fuck you
You
won't.
can skip prom, dude.
No, the
Most high
fuck you
schools don't even
won't.
do prom now. It's all
Oh,
student run.
really?
Yeah, because the school doesn't want any sort of liability.
That's smart. I mean, I guess kids are just doing copious amounts of drugs now.
Yeah. What's your prom story? Because I feel like you gotta.
My prom story.
Because
Well,
I remember when you went to prom. I think
okay, so
I
there's a
was
couple
working.
parts. So prom was during my era where I just didn't go to school, and honestly, I was avoiding a lot of faculty when I went to prom. I was avoiding a lot of faculties, so I was like kind of scared walking in there. I actually had anxiety because there was like 2 teachers that were there that I knew wanted to clock my tea.
Like,
So
and by clock your tea, do you mean like what? They're gonna be like, oh my
like
god,
call
it's
me out
so
on
good to see
no, like
you.
call me out on my shit. Like would
Oh.
approach me and like get what they needed from me.
Okay.
And it did happen. But it was a lot nicer than I thought. I just had a meeting set up. But no, prom in general, it was like it's just kind of boring. So actually going to
it's
prom,
always out the after prom.
yeah, it's exciting.
But the actual
to-
prom itself is.
Mhm. It's exciting to like get ready for prom and the anticipation for prom, and promposals can be like a little exciting. Even though I feel like, no offense to our good gal, but I was pressured into promposing, and not by her, by other friends.
Yeah, that's how it always is.
And I'm like pressured into promposing, even though I'm a homosexual, and we're at prom together as good old friends, and then you just sit there at a table and like chat with like 5 other people, and then you get a meal that you could have gotten at like Swiss Chalet,
Yeah.
and then you dance for like an hour,
Yeah.
and it's kind of awkward because you're wearing a suit,
Yeah.
and then you leave, and that's prom night.
Yeah.
Congratulations, once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. I don't know. I like again, like I could have definitely gone without.
Did you go to your grad?
Did I go to my grad? Yeah, I went to my grad. I don't remember much from my grad either though.
I didn't go to my grad.
Yeah. I don't know. Every time I've gone to like any sort of grad, like high school or like even like college, for one of my programs I didn't go to the grad, and this one I went to it like recently. I was boring as shit.
Wait, you graduated from 2 programs?
Yeah.
Oh damn! I thought you dropped out of that.
No. I finished it, but I didn't go to the grad because I was like, "There's no point. Job's not done."
Do you know that I technically dropped out of high school for a bit?
Maybe.
Okay, so what happened? This is crazy. So at one point, I was missing a crucial vaccine.
I do remember that.
To go into class.
Yeah, I do
And
remember you telling me this.
I just didn't get the vaccine for a while.
And that's what probably kept you.
So then
that's what kept you working.
they just like kicked me out for like a couple months.
And then what? They
But
welcomed
then-
you back with open arms.
Well, then what happened? This was in February. In May, the principal reaches out to me with a letter and says like, "Come have a meeting with us. Let's talk about a way to have you finish. You're so close to finishing."
Yeah.
So then I go in, looking very dapper, of course, and we decide on doing a co-op at the restaurant.
I do remember this
for like 5 credits that I needed to graduate high school.
Yeah.
So here's to show you that if you don't graduate high school, you can just work.
Whoever the principal was did a very good favor for you. Because like most people just don't fucking.
Could you imagine if I didn't finish high school? Maybe I'd be working at KFC.
It'd be a completely different plot.
No, I probably would have finished.
You would have gone back.
I would have just went back. I can't be a drifter like that.
You would have gone back. I know you. You have high standards.
Yeah. No, I gotta make money. Have you ever had a heartbreak in high school? Do you want to share, or is it too much?
No, like it's no, because like this is kind of what happened. It's like you know me, I'm not one for confrontation. So it's like for a large part of high school, I just like, oh, like nobody. But like obviously you have your crushes, but like I never did anything about it. You know, like I know there's probably a couple of like our mutual friends that are watching this, like fucking punching the monitor right now. But that's all I'm gonna go into. That's all I'm gonna go into.
That's all you can share?
That's all I can share. That's all I can share.
Well, I'll tell you about my first love. And in grade, I think I was in grade. It was the summer going into grade 11, and I just started working. I just made some good friends that I still
Mhm.
have to this day, and I I was caught really off guard by this.
What do you mean off
I was
guard?
swept off my feet.
Aww.
I cannot describe a feeling as good as this. Do you want to know their name?
Do I?
Vape.
Oh. Like,
Vape.
nicotine.
Nicotine.
Nicotine was the last
My
name.
first love was nicotine.
Yeah.
Nicotine, nicotina, nicotino. I was in love at first sight.
Yeah.
I
What grade did you
loved
start?
vaping. I started this summer going into grade 11. And before
Okay.
that, I'm talking like no drugs, like entirely sober. I never did anything. Like I think I
Yeah,
hit
I was
one
sober for high school.
e-cig once in grade 8 and I was like, bleh.
Yeah.
And then
When you first started vaping, was it like the big fucking box ones that you do the tricks
obviously
with?
that's what was like popular at the time. That's how you start though, because
Yeah.
those ones
Or like,
you start on like a 0 nick or like a 3 nick one.
yeah.
And you're just like blowing clouds, which honestly is also cringe looking back at. Like we used to just sit there
Yeah,
in
it is.
cars and just like
Pass it
inhale.
around.
Well, pass it around. We all had our own at this point. So we're sitting there in a car. You can't fucking see the person next to you, and you're just and you're just like making tornadoes. You're trying to blow O's, and it's like 2 in the morning. Like this is your hangout.
That's so cringe.
It's crazy.
That's so. I'm sorry.
And
That's fucking cringy looking back at it.
I got so fucking addicted to nicotine.
Yep.
It's actually embarrassing when you think back about like using nicotine. And I don't know, like
You're a survivor now, though.
I feel like I'm a survivor.
You
because
are a
then
survivor.
I would put like 50 nick in those big vapes. And I would call it the one hit wonder because I would have one hit and I'd have to sit down. No, and I vaped for years I mean only like I think a year and a half ago is when I actually like fully quit. But holy fuck, nicotine was my first love. And I
Yeah.
can come on here and share that and be vulnerable because you know what? Sometimes I still have thoughts about
You
my
still have
first
your
love.
cravings.
You never get
Yeah.
over your first love.
No, you always think about it.
You always think
it.
about your first love.
Yeah, it's no, I never, thankfully, I feel like, because if I did, I
Yeah.
never, like, I was sober for high school, so I never did like
Mm,
anything that typical high schoolers would do.
yeah.
Thank
were
God,
just-
because I would have gotten hooked.
You were just in love with being a narc.
I wasn't even a narc though, bro. Like I'm telling you, I felt like I was so unbothered by like most things in high school. Like
That's fair.
I felt like I was just kind of going like la 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 la.
No, guys, Alex is really wholesome. And I want you to give advice to somebody that might be starting off high school, even though they're not going to watch this. And they shouldn't, probably. but-
Honestly, literally, do not give a. This is gonna be the worst advice ever. Do not give a fuck. Like literally, spend the entire time just trying to enjoy it. Honestly, the grades don't really matter. The education actually really doesn't matter because the teachers don't even know what the fuck they're teaching half the time. You
Oh.
kind of figure it out the day before.
Okay.
You're probably never gonna see the people again. So like
that part.
I'm not saying like burn bridges, but if
Don't
you
let anybody fuck with you.
not even that, just be happy with everyone, But at the same time, give yourself credit because like you're a teenager, like your body's going through like a fuck ton of change, like a lot of change, and give yourself some grace and just have fun. I don't know, man. That would be my advice. Is just enjoy it. Just enjoy it because like if you enjoy it, you'll create. There will at least be some memories where you look back on and you like it. They'll be fun.
Yeah.
What about you? Would you give advice or?
I probably think my lawyers would advise against me giving advice.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
okay, what advice I would give? I would probably just say be authentically you.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. You said it so beautifully. I don't
Yeah.
need to add up.
Yeah.
I think we should wrap up with a segment.
So I found our high school yearbook. We're gonna read some grad quotes.
For context, this is 2017, so we're really reliving a decade ago. Almost
There was one that I liked a lot.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, guys.
Just read any of them for that matter.
No, there's one that yeah, here it is. Dolphin chirp. That's it.
Should we analyze that? What does that mean?
Have you ever heard what a dolphin sounds like?
Can you illustrate it for me?
I think it's like. Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. I think that's what they're going for. I don't know. Here, I'll let you look as well.
Okay. So this is This is one person, and it says cutest couple.
Some of these are
Oh my god! Wait, this is actually oh, they're twins, twins, and it says prepare for trouble, make it double.
oh, is that a Pokemon reference?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Team Rocket, right?
Okay.
That's actually
Well,
kind of
those
sick.
people are going far.
Those are cool. Those are cool. Oh, this guy shouted out his Snap.
Snapchat. Do you use Snapchat still?
No, I stopped after high school.
So I actually have 49 Snapchat streaks that I manage on a daily basis. I'm just joking.
No, honestly,
Can we take a break to talk about Snapchat? I'll be really quick.
Okay, yeah.
Snapchat.
You say it, I'm gonna look for another one.
Okay, Snapchat is actually crazy in 2025 because really it's just turned into like, okay, you have something interesting.
I found the plot. So, the dolphin chirp one was a sibling of one of our friends,
Okay.
and I found another sibling of one of our friends,
Okay.
and there's connects.
Okay.
Insert name is actually a dolphin. Be careful. I'm gonna go to that person's name. Dolphin chirp. Look at the last names.
Oh, that's a good mystery. That's a little good mystery. What was your high school quote? Do you remember?
No, it's something stupid. Like,
Do you know what mine was?
Yeah, I do. I do.
It didn't exist because I wasn't there. I didn't submit one.
Aww. And what is that? How you're gonna wrap up your high school experience?
That is the end of my high school experience.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just high school is like we all look back and just laugh at it, have fun with it,
Yeah. Look
enjoy
back,
yourself.
live life, love.
Yeah.